In today's video, we're going to be talking about energy versus emotion. What's actually moving in your body? If you like this content, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. That way we can get YouTube to push this out to more people. All right, so not every intense sensation in your body is an emotion. A huge amount of confusion in spiritual development comes from one simple mistake. People assume that anything they feel inside their body must be emotional, but the nervous system processes three different things that often get mixed together. First, we have emotional content, we have physiological activation, and we have energetic movement. Learning to tell the difference changes everything. Energy and emotion are not the same system. Emotion is psychological, and energy is physiological and perceptual. And they can overlap, but they're not identical. Most overwhelm in awakening happens because people mislabel energy as emotion. So, what emotion actually is emotion is a meaning-based response. It includes memory, story, interpretation, identity, and psychological charge. If something is truly emotional, it usually includes a narrative, a personal association, a mental component, and a recognizable theme. Sadness has a story, fear has an image, anger has a target, emotion is contextual. So let's talk about what energy actually is. Energetic movement is different. It's often a sensation without a story, pressure, warmth or coolness, tingling, waves, expansion or contraction, movement through the body, and mostly important, it can exist with no psychological content at all. So the key distinction between the two is emotion says, I feel this because of something. And energy simply says, I feel something. So, an example is if you suddenly feel a surge in your chest, emotion would sound like, I'm anxious about that conversation. Energy would sound like, there is movement in my chest. That's all. So, why this confusion matters is when people mislabel energy as emotion, they start creating stories to explain sensations. This can lead to unnecessary worry, over processing, false interpretations, emotional looping, spiritual confusion. Not everything needs to be analyzed. Sometimes a sensation is just a sensation. A good example of this is if you start feeling tingling in your palm chakras or down your legs, this could just be energy moving through the circuitry, but sometimes we can get scared by it because we think that there could be something medically wrong with us when we feel unknown sensations. And when we start tying a story to it where I feel this because of this, instead of just the sensation happening, this is where, this can turn into non-favorable for us. So the three categories to learn are emotion, which is story plus sensation, physiology, which is nervous system activation, and then energy is sensation without story. Your job in early training is to learn to recognize which is which. And so, how we tell the difference is we ask three simple questions. Is there a story attached to this? Did anything actually happen to cause it? Does it change if I simply observe it? If observation alone changes the feeling, it was likely energy, not emotion. So, why is this crucial for development? If you treat every energetic movement as emotional, you will overprocess, you'll overinterpret, you'll exhaust yourself, and you'll create unnecessary inner drama. True discernment begins when you stop forcing meaning into sensation. So we're going to do a little practice. So I want you to just close your eyes and just right now we're going to pause. Once again, close your eyes for a moment and notice anywhere in your body where sensation is present. Don't label it, just analyze it. Just feel it as raw data in the body. Once you feel a sensation in an area, silently ask, is there a story here? If the answer is no, you're likely experiencing energy, not emotion. Let it move without turning into a narrative, and notice how quickly intensity softens when you stop interpreting it. When you master this distinction, daily life becomes easier. It becomes less emotionally reactive. You have more inner calm, clearer perception, and fewer false conclusions, and also better boundaries. You stop turning normal energetic movements into personal drama. And so this distinction is trained in detail inside the foundations module. And so this is really important. So if this has helped you bring clarity, continue into the next lesson where we go even deeper in intuition versus imagination. That's the video that's coming up next. And if you guys like this, once again, the link to the free 7-day trial for the school group is in the description. See you in the next video.